A lot of people are asking about germinating seeds to grow their own food and getting bogged down with all the complicated pH, lights, you know, all the technical information, chemicals, how much nutrients to put in, whether to use plain water, whether to use soil, compost, you know, there's a whole sort of like discussion going on. Now this is my kitchen. This is my family dining table that can seat 10 people because my family's quite big. You know, I have 6 grown-up children, the youngest is 15, but all the others have partners. I also have a 2-year-old granddaughter. So we have this lovely space. That's my stove over there. And I'm growing multiple food items that we actually buy all the time to eat. So I wanted to show you because 4 of these trays, I've spread them out just to show you, but 4 of these trays I did on Monday, but then on Thursday I changed out the growing paper. You might have seen the other video I did where I took the paper out and I changed it for tissue on some of them and cheesecloth on the rest. And the other 8 trays I only put down on Thursday. So I wanted to show you because this is a totally uncomplicated, I like easy and uncomplicated, right? So this is lemon balm. It's making an appearance, it's starting, but not much happening there so far. I've got fenugreek, which is really coming along. These were only put in on Thursday, so 3 days ago. The peppers, they're making a start, look. They're making a start of activity. Basil. Look at that. That is amazing and so exciting. Got some leaves there, so some growth there. And there. Oriental salad mix. Look at that colour, look. Some activity. It's mega exciting. And this is lettuce. Definitely got some green leaves coming up there. Then this is cherry tomatoes, tiny little globe chilies and Chinese lanterns. Now a couple of days for them and they will be, see they've started in places. Coriander that I put down on Thursday because I've got other crops of this already that I've been harvesting. That I started off on the 18th of March. Red Calabri. Just Thursday, okay. Spring onions, I don't think much is happening here. But I only put them on Thursday. They do take slightly longer. Rocket. All sprouting, lots of energy, lots of activity. Rocket. Then chard. So Swiss chard, this is 3 different colours of chard. Not too shabby. They're starting to make a little burst of excitement there. Now all I've done is put cool boiled water, which I let to cool at room temperature, a tiny splash, so about a teaspoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide in the bottom of these trays of cold boiled water. I've sunk the mesh down on top, pushed it in so the water came up over the mesh. I've layered it with cheesecloth, so a thin layer of cheesecloth I've just rolled over the edges so that it's not hanging out. This is the gift that keeps on giving. Any material that you have hanging out of these trays, the whole area gets wet, right? So you want the material to be contained in the tray. Now I've put cheesecloth because this is the method that I've used for years and it just seems to work. The seeds start to sprout and they anchor themselves to the mesh of the cheesecloth. It's unbleached, natural cheesecloth, so no chemicals involved. And then it anchors to the cheesecloth and it grows through. And as it grows through and comes up this way looking for light, this is why I don't obscure all the light. So I've used these puzzle mats, these foam puzzle mats, which I'm later going to cut for hydroponics to support the root system, because I couldn't find pool noodles. So I'm going to cut and put each plant in the little disc of this. But I haven't obscured all the light. I've left a tiny little amount, because what you want is the plants looking for the water. So as they start sprouting, the water level goes down, the roots start trying to find the water, and the shoots start coming up trying to find the light. So you want to leave it covered for about 5 days more on the ones that have sprouted, because then the leaves will come up and they'll be searching for light, and down below they'll be searching for water, and you keep the cloth damp. So I've got some just plain cool boiled water here that I just squirt just to keep the cloth damp. Now I've had to do that quite a bit with lettuce and the oriental salad mix. That seems to be, and the basil as well, that seems to be drinking it up. So I have had to do this a bit with that, like twice a day, just a little splash. But yeah, it's idiot proof, simple, very, very simple. People ask me, I mean, it's not my words, idiot proof. It's people ask me, can I have idiot proof instructions? Well, here you go. Here is your idiot proof instructions. Boiled water. Put your cheesecloth on, sprinkle your seeds, cover it up and forget about it. Within a few days, you've got shoots. It really is that simple. And I have these 12 trays stacked up here at the end of my table in stacks of 4, so 3 stacks of 4. They just live on the end of the table here like this, completely out of the way. My family then sits around the table with these. Last night we had them in the middle of the table. I moved them into the middle of the 3 stacks of 4 and we had our dinner around the edge. But it's like you're connecting with the food that you are growing, and you're putting your energy in. It's absorbing your energy and frequency just as much, and you know, they're part of you already. They're part of us already, and this is going to be our crops for a little while. And then later I'm going to take the mesh part out and sit it on top of a polystyrene cool box, thermal box, with the hydroponics underneath, just water and nutrients, and let them grow. And they will be probably all around the room. So I've cleared my desk because it was all, this whole area was surrounded by seedlings and plants yesterday, but I've moved them outside into the back. And yeah, that's it. Simple, easy. Anyone can do this. So give it a go. Grow your own food. Some of these are going to be microgreens. Some of these I'm going to pull out some to plant the full plant and grow the full plant on. So I've got Chinese leaf pak choi, all sorts of oriental leaves. There's, I don't know, about 12 different varieties of basil, about 8 different varieties of lettuce. There's like a huge wealth of food here going on. And it's all the things that we enjoy eating every day as a family, and as a cook, as a chef. It's just things that I cook all the time. So when I do fusion cooking of Oriental, Asian, Thai, Vietnamese, Chinese, Anglo-Indian, Indian, Malaysian, Macau, all these foods, Burmese as well, all these foods that I fusion and do the recipes for, that you've seen me sharing the photographs of. This is all the ingredients, and I've got fenugreek, I've got thyme. There's abundance of thyme growing outside now, which I'm going to start harvesting today for the second time. What else? I've got marjoram, oregano. I've got it all. Like anything that we use pretty much on a daily basis, I'm going to grow. I've got radishes, aubergine, aka eggplant, aka brinjal. I've got the peppers, chilies, tomatoes. It's just things that I buy regularly for my family to keep us healthy and strong and illness and disease free. I wrote myself a list of things that I buy all the time to cook from farmers markets and local markets and stuff, and I've planted the seeds, and I've hopefully a few more weeks, and my shopping list will become less and less and less because I'm growing them. Oh, there's spinach as well. Yeah, I've got a wealth of plants going on, so I'm quite happy and pleased with this. So yeah, give it a go. There really is no stopping you. If I can do this in this simple, it's quite artistic, it's a simple artistic way, then you can too. And for cooking any of these things, I do run a food academy. Just drop me a message or leave a comment, and I will send you the details. But yeah, I can point you in the right direction of how to cook stuff. And I also dehydrate my own food. This is celery. This is my dehydrator. I'm just on a kitchen chair in my kitchen doorway. So I'm standing in the doorway, and dehydrator is just out of the way. It's been on since Friday night, and it's now Sunday morning. And this is celery. And that will be made into granules and go into a jar later on today because it's nearly ready. Yeah, so an abundance, which I feel extraordinarily thankful for.